Hi, and welcome to our International Crafters video hop. This, I think, is our second month, so we're very excited to be bringing you another hop. So do be sure when you're done watching my video, you'll see the links below. And do be sure, please, to continue on the hop and see lots of cool creative ideas. Now, this month, we are doing thank you cards. Everything thank you. And I decided to use a stamp set that I've never used called Botanical Layers. And it's cool because here's the thank you right here. So I didn't even have to go to a second set. And if you're like me and you love greenery, this has lots of possibilities. So, oh, I should say, I'm Sandy of Lolling and Sand, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Niagara region of Ontario, Canada. So Southern Ontario, basically. Alrighty, so we're going to use Christmas paper, believe it or not, in our thank you card. But the first thing we're going to do is stamp. And you kind of wonder, how exactly do you use Christmas paper? Well, I will show you. First thing we're going to do, though, like I said, is we're going to stamp. So I already have this stamp mounted. I'm going to be using Pretty Peacock and one of my all-time favorites, Night of Navy. You can tell how long I've had it by the look of the stamp set. It is definitely, I think it's one of the first colors I bought. Way back when. So let's ink this up. Actually, you know what? Big stamp, go this direction. So Pretty Peacock. It's a pretty bold color, and you're probably wondering how I'm going to put Night of Navy on top. Well, we're going to do this, and we're going to keep this little paper over here to take off a little bit of the ink. So we don't want to take our time because this is good and wet right now. Okay, so I'm just going to dot in here. All I'm going to do, I'll show you, is do a little bit of this. And the reason this paper's here, so if there's any any Pretty Peacock, I can take that color off. All right. This is going to be a very subtle look, and it's probably one of those looks, let's clean that a little, probably one of those looks that it's going to be, if you were in person, you'd be able to see it a whole lot better. Alrighty. Let's just turn that over and see what we get. Just using regular basic white. It's not the thick. Okay, just want to get the ink to soak in. Now, with red rubber stamps, do not rock and roll. You will get a halo. So I think you can see that, the difference in color. There's some Night of Navy there and up here. And let's move this to a safe spot. Way back there. So what I did is I went ahead and die cut. And I used the Radiating Stitches die, so you can see it has these stitch lines. You always know that you've stamped correctly when you don't see this scratchy part on the back. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? This is just a really simple fun fold, like ridiculously simple fun fold. The measurements are already in the description. And I just want to let you know, which you, I think, already know since I'm a demonstrator, that the products that I use can be purchased by you, if you live in Canada, at my online store. I'm just going to, my original thought was to have these lined up. And then when I looked at it, I went, yeah, I'm changing it. You probably do the same thing, where you're like, I don't think so. I don't think so. A little bit more. So here's our Christmas paper. Cool up and down Christmas trees. But look at this. How beautiful is that? Now stay to the end because I have another card using the same paper, which is the Merry Bold and Bright. It's in the mini and near the front of the catalog. I know that. And at first when I looked at it, I went, yeah, nope, I don't need that. And then when I realized I could do more than Christmas cards. I love Christmas cards, don't get me wrong. But it gave me much more reason to buy it when I realized it was versatile. Yes. Before I decorate the front, we'll finish with the inside. I just took a strip right off, well, not that piece, obviously, right off the end, and cut a wee skinny strip I do not think this is the glue I was just using. I have two Tombows beside me. Both are running out, and I'm telling myself to not buy another one until, or don't open another one. I have them. Don't open another one until you've used up as much as you can and you can't get anything else out. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want my wiggle time to move this a bit. It's not quite straight. There we go. I like that much better. I'm not putting that on yet. Whew, I got ahead of myself. I just noticed that we have this little piece of overhang here. So I'm going to cut that away. Perfect. Now, I also have this piece of pretty peacock, and I've looked at this embossing folder for a while. It's the one where you get the 3 different embossing folders, and they're called the Basics 3D embossing folders. And I just thought this was fun, you know, and a really fun thank you. So what I'm going to do is just put this inside before I put this in. And there's a method to my madness, which is I just want to make sure that I have this lined up. Okay, I'm not pressing that down all the way yet because I need to know that the top of this matches the top of that and the bottom of that matches the bottom of that. I'm just going to squidgle that down ever so slightly. There. Beauty. What an easy card. What an easy card. Now when I show you the second card at the end of the video, I want you to leave me a comment and tell me which of the color combos you like better. Ooh. Alrighty. Now let's finish the front. Okay, I have a little bit of glue on my fingers that I really have to not have there. Okay, I want dimensionals. Nope, I don't. I don't want dimensionals right now. I wanted to make the card. Whoa, I wanted to make the cards similar, so the voting was as even as possible, like not giving either of them the benefit. All right, I'm not centering this per se, but I am. Now, when they're wonky like this, put your top piece straight, and then ignore this, and just try to get it as straight as you can. And there we go. I have heat embossed the sentiment that I pointed out to you at the beginning of the video. The reason I chose this, other than the fact it's in the set, the reason I chose it is because it doesn't overpower all of this. That's what I was looking for. Now I am going to put twine on the back. No, I'm using Simply Elegant Trim. Oh, I had this going a second ago. If you have the Stampin' seal and it doesn't come out, just wind it forward just ever so slightly. All right, I'm not going to take this off the roll. Did I get ink on that? Oh, you know what's going right there? An embellishment. Alrighty. Oh, I don't want that yet. Stay. I don't normally do this, but I need to do this for purpose, and I'll show you. Make it about that long. Okay. Now, I've done this, I don't know how many times before. I'm going to show you what I like to do. Because I really, really, really like when my ribbon is very pliable. So inside, or twine, or in this case, trim, inside here, there it is the white core. I think you can see that. So if you can just frazzle this little end, you can pull that right out. I'm not using it for anything, so straight into the bin. Alrighty, I'm just going to use my fingernails and mess up these ends just a little bit, just to make it fun. This is a happy card. All right, and then I know that's going to go that direction. If this doesn't stay down like my first one, I have Scotch tape handy, invisible tape handy, which I'll put on the back to hold it in place. I do not want huge loops because this is quite tiny, the sentiment. Alrighty, maybe that one can be the bigger of the two. And over we go. Let's see how we did. Oh, landed everything right on the seal. Now I want my dimensionals, and I noticed there they are. For my first card, of course, I couldn't find my black dimensionals, and lo and behold, they're exactly where I put them. Okay, I want reasonably small pieces for this. I'm only cutting it on an angle because that seems to be the way the pieces are going. When I do this, and I say this in any classes, well, I used to hold, and I will be holding one in-person class in November. But there, don't take the backing off, because what you're going to do is you want the backing on there for placement. And what I found with my, I don't know why I'm doing that where you can't see it. Pardon me. What I found with the first one is after I adhered it, I needed to cut one teeny more piece to hold it on the card. My first one was much lumpier than this, so maybe this one won't need that. And we'll take off the backings. 1, 2, and 3. You can Winkestella this card as well. I didn't do it on the first one, thus. Okay, I'm going to try and place that somewhat in the same spot, or at least where I know it looked good with an embellishment. And the reason these two are touching is because when I first learned card making, from the person who's now my upline, the idea was to have cohesion, is to have things touching on your card. Alrighty, I'm going to have to use, I think, a medium size here. So the embellishment, there we go. Fixed it. There is always a solution to our problems. Our little oopsies. Our little styling oopsies. And another one. Oop, come to Sandy. Come on. There we go. Wow, we're finishing up. I put 3 on the last one. In all fairness, I'll use 3 on this one as well. There is a fabulous joining offer right now that you are going to want to be a part of. It's either 35% off or 35% more product. It is up to you. I will put that link in the description. Well, it's in the description. So here's my card. It's a very simple fun fold, but this, I think, really makes it playful. Lots of room to write. And if you don't want to write a big thank you, it's perfect. You know? I mean, you're grateful, but... Okay, so here's the other card. This is Calypso Coral. This is also Christmas paper. It's the opposite side. I forget, well, let me find out. What is on the opposite side of that paper? See if I have it handy. I may not. I might have used the entire piece. No, stripes, stripes, stripes. Well, maybe it doesn't matter right now. Oh, I know what it is. It's stars. Here we go. Not necessarily Christmassy either, so you could use that on as a thank you or birthday or whatever as well. So tell me in the comments which you prefer. Do you prefer this is Calypso Coral with I always forget the name. It's one of my favorite colors. Hang on. Melon Mambo. I always want to say Mango Melody, but yeah, with Melon Mambo. On the stripy paper. Inside, the strip is a little thinner because that's what I ended up having left over after I did some trimming. And same embossing folder. Alrighty. Thank you so much for joining me on our International Crafters video hop. We will see you again next month. And have yourself a wonderful day, week, year, wherever you're at. Thank you. Bye-bye.